Tristan, what's the most important thing for this ball club to get focused on a win this week? Obviously, you need one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a division, NFC opponent. Got to get this one. I think just staying focused, as much as it sucks, you can't do anything about, the other day. But I hate saying it, but, we got a lot of football ahead of us. So focusing on the task at hand, focusing on coming out and getting better, focusing on the game plan, and going out Sunday ready to play.
Without Mike and Chris, you needed somebody on offense, obviously, to step up to kind of fill a little bit of the production. Cade has done an incredible job the last 3 weeks. What do you see with him that really has kind of elevated his play?
I mean, just consistency. I mean, that's who Cade's been this whole time he's been here. Just flying around, blocking guys, making plays, making catches, getting open, being reliable, allowing Baker to trust him, How many catches? I just saw it. He has 28 catches or something?
Yeah, he's had 8 catches the last 3 weeks each, at least. His
Wow,
first
24,
first tight end in Tampa Bay history to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Freak. No, super happy for him. He's balling. Just coming out every week. Cade prepares his ass off, so he's comfortable out there. He can fly around and be a key contributor for us. So hopefully going forward, it keeps up and he keeps balling.
What does he do to get open? I mean, he's obviously become a target. Teams know about him. He's not a secret anymore, but he continues to find ways every week.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. That's a good one. I'm usually blocking when he's running her out, so I don't know. Just maybe he's slippery. I don't know. But he's getting open, so we'll take it. I mean, for anybody, I think, what is he, 36? That's insane. But there's so many guys around the league, that I watch, that everybody watches. Trent and Lane, Jordan Mailata, Christian Darrisaw, Penne, Jake Matthews. I think Jake Matthews is really underrated. I love watching him. But it's just, I think everyone takes a little piece of everyone's game. Maybe I'll try this week. I'll try that. I saw this guy do well against, certain edge rusher, whatever, whatever you're watching, whatever you're seeing, you might pick something up. But I think a lot of people would agree that Trent Williams at 36 years old is probably the gold standard.
Speaking of edge rushers, we just talked to Baker Mayfield, and asked about what part of the 49ers defense is. Look at, you mentioned all three bases, just said, it starts up front with those edge rushers.
Yeah.
Those right kind of guys. What are you looking forward to with this matchup? How are you preparing? And when you're playing against such premier talent like that, what's the mindset?
Yeah, I think you should go out and keep your quarterback safe. I don't know if I think anything different, really. I think the Niners they all got great get up. They're flying off the ball. So I think you just got to get out for tackles. You got to get out to the junction point, the set point, whatever you want to call it. Beat them to the spot. But Bose is great with his hands. Insane get off. Bends the edge really well. He's got power. He stays low. So it's all sorts of stuff you got to be ready for. But that's how it is every week. So this is the NFL. There ain't no slaps around. So it's gonna be fun. We played him past 2 years. They've had great defensive lines for the past 2 years. Past forever, pretty much. So yeah, you just got to come ready to play. We know it's a big test for us up front, like it was this past week. Just come out ready to play and doing our job to the best of our ability. And if we keep 6 upright, then we'll probably be all right.
You guys went through a rut last year, mid-season. What got you out of it, and what can get you out this time?
I think each other. Holding each other accountable, keeping each other up, keeping the spirits up. I think nobody wavered in this locker room. We knew the goal, and it's peaks and valleys. You got to come back out of it. So we lost 3. You can only go up. So got to keep chugging away.
Listen, you don't watch your defense necessarily, but the game that Vita Vea had, it was epic great.
Yeah, 2 sacks. Can't see it. 2 sacks. We blocked those guys in training camp. It ain't fun, but it's to see them go do that in a Monday Night Football against the Chiefs. I think that's pretty badass. Super happy for them. it's awesome seeing them make plays. It juices everybody. I mean, getting sacks juices everybody up. So, and seeing Big Vita flying around, seeing Cansey flying around. He had one for a big loss too, didn't he? That gets the boys going. That gets the fellas going.
Tristan, on a short week, how much more important is it to stay mentally locked in?
I mean, I think it's probably the most important thing, But I think bigger than that is getting your body right. It's a physical Monday night game, going into what's going to be a really physical Sunday afternoon game. Sorry. We're going to have the game plan dialed in. We're going to have the scheme dialed in, whatever, all that. But getting your body right coming off a Monday night. We got home at 5:30 in the morning, so it's like pretty long trip. Getting your rest, getting your sleep. This week, getting your recovery is going to be, I think, the big part.
Tristan, you've been one of the best tackles since coming into the league.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
But football's obviously a team sport. When the team is kind of struggling like this, but you continue to put out at such a high level of production, just how do you kind of try to contribute and help the team improve when you know that you still have been one of the better players throughout everything?
Holy cow. Just trying to do my job. That's what, Joe Gilbert told me. He's like, control what you can control, focus on your job. Don't try and do too much. If everyone starts trying to, okay, my work's right here. If you try and do something else, you're not giving your full attention to your job. So I just try and go out and be the best that I can for my teammates. And that's, I think that's what everybody does in this locker room. It's pretty awesome to see because when everyone's doing their job to the best of their abilities, we're gonna be good. So that's all I try and do. Thank you, brother. That was awesome. Thank you.
I'm not gonna gas you up like that. But, how fun is it seeing a guy like Ryan Miller step up?
Yeah, get a tutty. No, it's awesome. Cause, he's been, I've been seeing him on. He's been giving us a defensive scout team look for the past, couple weeks prior, and see him get his opportunity. And he always has a script in our hand, like what plays the offense is running, so he knows. And to see him be able to come in and get a touchdown in a massive moment, was really cool for him. Super proud of him.
Thanks, Tristan.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.
Well, you probably waited a while to get in the end zone when that play was called. What kind of went through your mind?
It was exciting. I guess the play was designed for me, but happy we got it. At the end of the day, we lost the game, so that's what matters. But no, I was happy to get a touchdown.
Feel a lot of calls?
Yeah. Like over 100 text messages. Wow. So yeah.
You had to bide some time before you got these opportunities. What was the key to being ready for your moment? Not just this week, but remember in New Orleans, you had a big catch there too?
Yeah, I think just mentally preparing throughout the week, Be on practice squad. You got to be ready every week if somebody goes down. So Chris went down, took advantage of my opportunities. Here I am.
What's been the work like for you over the last year and a half here of being ready for these opportunities?
Just waiting, biding my time, man. Just grinding day in and day out, and I got my opportunity this year. I'm taking the best advantage of it.
Is it tough to kind of celebrate your own personal successes in that game when you do look at how the outcome of it was?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, obviously, like I said, I was excited for the touchdown. I'm happy for myself, but at the same time, we lost the game, and the goal of this team is winning games. We didn't do that, so.
Is a competitor in you maybe wanted to go for two, or?
I'm not going to speak on that. Like I said earlier, that's the coach's decision, and we just got to roll with whatever he decides.
Brian, you may have been asked this. I'm sorry, I just got. But in terms of the play itself, how much have you guys worked on that? Do you think they were surprised that he was going to be in that moment?
Yeah, I think we worked on it quite a bit, and I think if teams study me, they know that I'm really good at blocking, and I think they thought we were going to run the ball. And, you catch them off guard, and that's when we got them. So yeah, play action, absolutely. Yep.
Converted tight end, what was key to being able to make that transition? Because that's not something a lot of guys can do.
Yeah, for me, I think in my junior year of college, brought in a new coach. He was more receiver-minded, I guess, and he kind of helped me those last couple of years of college, develop into a receiver, because he saw the talent in me. He's like, he got firm. He's like, you're going to the league. I'm going to help you get there, and we worked day in and day out, and just honed my skills as a receiver those last couple of years of college, and just continuing to grow as I've been in the league for the past year and a half.
How does that help you not just physically, but also, like, does it give you a different perspective in how you're able to see the game or understand how the offense works together?
Yeah, I think, my role in this offense is to understand every single position. That's X, Z, and F. I'm a plug-and-play player. I can do whatever. I also pride myself on the blocking too, and so that's a big part of my game as well.
You said that's a play you practice over and over again. Have you ever been that open in the practice?
Yeah, usually we draw the defense up to look at that way. So yeah.
It's such a big part of your job is earning the trust of your quarterback. What did it mean, in fact, in the biggest moment of that game, Baker went to you?
Yeah, I think it just shows that he has confidence in me. And, like I said, we're all NFL receivers. We're here for a reason, and we're, we practice and train to go out there and do our jobs to the best of our ability. So.
How can you use that to help propel you forward even more? Because
I think
there's a whole other game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just gives me more confidence, and I hope it gives Baker confidence in me to go out there and execute plays and make plays for him and make plays for his offense.
What kind of advice has he given you over the years?
Just always just stay ready. He trusts us. He trusts us to do our job. So that's about all I can say.
What does it say too? The organization didn't go out trade deadline and try to bring somebody in.
Man, I'm super grateful. They could have gone out and gotten anybody, but they chose to elevate me, and that shows they have a lot of trust in me. I'm very super grateful for this team and the organization for just believing in me and letting me go out there and play.
You're always working hard, but does that just make you want to go even harder, knowing that there's that faith that's instilled in you?
Yeah, absolutely. I love being out there and doing my real job. Out there playing games. So that's all.
Right, a lot of guys come to this league undrafted, but it's a tough path.
Yeah.
Practice squad for a year, the league's coming back. So what kept you sort of on that trial where I'm going to keep going for this, man, or whatever?
For exactly this moment right here. I'm on the 53 roster. That was a goal of mine. Obviously didn't achieve that last year, but it takes guys years to do it. So I'm just grateful for this opportunity to be in the spot that I am right now.
Were there any low moments where you just said, "Oh, I don't know if we're gonna get there"?
Not really. It's a little bit of a drag sometimes, but that's you just keep working to that ultimate goal, which is to play games and be on the 53. So.
You said you got over 100 calls. Most memorable one you got?
Definitely just my parents were at the game, so I guess just the most memorable was just having them there, and then a couple of my guy best friends, getting calls from them, reaching out to them telling me how proud they were of me. So that was pretty exciting.
What was the reaction from parents?
Man, they're so proud. My parents are super supportive. My brother, we're like complete opposites. He does shows and he wants to be on Broadway and stuff. And they try to go to as much as his stuff as they can. So that just shows they're super supportive. They've only missed 2 football games in my entire career. So they're just super supportive parents, and they love me and I love them.
But you can sing as well. Have you been doing anything
a
lately?
little bit. I did do choir in high school, and I was in the band, so I got a little bit of musical background.
Do guys hit you up here anymore?
No, not really.
He's a theater guy, and what's his name?
Keaton Miller.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm super proud of him too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Coach Bowles was saying last week you're probably going to have this toe injury that you have to deal with the entire season. How do you get through it and to be ready to play?
I just got to come in and keep getting ready. Trust the training staff to put me through the right prep and attack it every day.
Doesn't seem like it's limited in the games at least.
I got to do what's best for the team. I know I'm not a guy that want to sit out football games. I want to be able to go out there and contribute for the team.
Do you think it's even more important for the running game because you guys don't have Evans and don't have Godwin?
It's always been important to start the game off with seeing how the defense plays the runs, coming back to the sideline, seeing the pitches on how they fit in the runs. But I think it's pretty important that you start the game off with running the football to see how the team is playing it and then see what we can adjust during the game.
You're getting a lot of passes your way as well. Maybe anticipate missing any catches early on? Is that a part of your game that wasn't really utilized?
I did that in college. That's what they brought me here for, to catch balls out of the backfield, protect, and run the football.
In terms of running back that can run the ball and catch it, who do you think is a model for you in trying to be able to do both well?
Growing up, I always watched Alvin Kamara, that's a guy that reached out to me in college. Whenever I have some advice, I go to him. He always pretty much schooled me on, before I got here, on how the league would be, and I thank him for that.
You got some big kickoff returns. You feel like you're close. You guys are close as a group to breaking one of those?
Oh yeah, we just gotta keep trusting the process. One of them gonna break eventually.
What's your favorite part about being a back? Is it the catching, the blocking, the
I mean, my whole life I've been doubted because I was small. People said I couldn't do it, so I just put my head down and grind each and every day and love what comes with it.
Ryan, a lot of talk this offseason about how you and Rashad would complement each other as like a 1-2 backfield punch. How do you think it's gone halfway through the year?
I mean, I think it's going pretty well. Me and Rashad built a pretty good relationship from when I first got here. Them guys took me under their wing, and when it's time to go out there and compete for one another, I think we do that well.
Back in training camp, you said that the reason they brought you in was because you were like known for your pass catching and everything. At this point, all three of you running backs have had success. What is it about your game that you think kind of makes you stand out and excel when you do have your opportunities in the game?
I mean, we all go out there and do our things. I don't want to simplify myself out like them guys are not doing their thing. I mean, when our number is called, we just go out there and compete for one another. I feel like when you have that chemistry and bond with each other, you go out there and you'll put it all on one for one another.
Is there a particular trait in your own game that you kind of look to for yourself, like that you're most confident in when you step on the field?
Making the first guy miss.
How frustrating is this 3-game loss for you guys?
I mean, it's frustrating. I mean, nobody likes losing. I mean, we're just going to get back to the drawing board, see what we could do better to finish games.
Thanks, Bucky.
Thanks, Bucky.